Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What's the deal? It's time to talk love and what's up, beautiful humans? We here on Hot 702.5 FM. Come on in here and chill with your favorite love prescriber, Miss Love Doctor. And as I said before, where there is love, there is beauty that can shine through. So you guys already know my beautiful co-hosts.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on? What's your name?
Oh, hey, guys. Beauty on the beat here still. Still beauty on the beat here.
I just want to make sure they know exactly who you are.
Yes.
But thank y'all for tuning in with us. If nobody has told you today, we would love to be the first people to tell you that we love you.
We do. We love you.
Love is truly a healer, and it is important that we share love and show more love and use it to band-aid some things. But we like that you have joined us today to talk love, so please be in the comments. I see Miss Triple in there already. Drop some hearts for us if you'd like to share this show or call in and be a part of it. 702-551-5261. We'd love to hear from you. So, but we do have a beautiful guest of love in the building who absolutely refused to send me a intro. So I think what we'll do is, because we both know her personally, we'll both get to say a few words to introduce her. You let me know. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay.
I do.
All right.
Yes, I do. Okay. So she is.
I'll let you have it. You just
Okay. So I want to introduce you to one of the most kindest, loving human being that I've been ever blessed to say and call a friend. Okay. She is. I always will say she is an amazing mother. She is an amazing friend, okay? She is an amazing daughter, a best friend, not to me, but she got a best friend, okay? And I just love her spirit and her light that she shines on everyone that she comes across, okay? Her food is good. She can cook, okay? Yes, she can, okay? I want her to be happy in all elements of life. Okay, she deserves it. She deserves it. Okay, and her name is Miss Cashmere Bowman.
Hey. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for all the kind words, and I know you truly mean it. So that makes it even more.
She got it. I'm pretty sure she can handle that because she knows you just like I do. So that's cool. So good. How you feeling? Let's do our spirit checks. Where we at right now, currently?
Yes.
Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You don't have to do all three, but if you choose to, you can.
Spiritually, I'm here for sure. That's what's getting me through for sure. Mentally, I'm working on it, but I'm getting there. What was the third one?
What was it? Emotionally?
Emotionally, that's a tough one. I'm just the spiritually is getting me through for the emotional. So,
okay,
that's where I'm gonna leave it at.
Yes, Jesus.
I appreciate you guys for having me back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you can come back a couple of times again. And I think that the severity of this conversation, we're going to have you back. Okay. How you feeling, friend? Where you at?
So
I ain't talked to you all day.
I know. This week, you know what? I am, even though I turned 40, my body turned 40 too. So, as well. And that it put me down. So, it kind of made me have to, like, adjust my emotional, physical, that I'm not like, strong like bull,
Strong like bull.
I'm no longer that, and sometimes I have to recognize my pain that I'm in and not just wallow in it and hold it in, and to ask for help is something big that I'm working in my 40s. So, I'm feeling better. My spirits are feeling much better. Emotionally, like I said, I'm a little taken back that I don't like going to the doctors. So that's something that I don't like to do. But I know that is needed. That is needed.
I don't like to do.
Okay. But it is needed. And me taking care of myself, I should make it a priority.
Absolutely, absolutely. But can I say something to you, though, as a friend and somebody who's over 40? It's not that now your body turned 40. It's been growing 40 with you the whole time. It's making you aware that you need to take better care of it.
Yeah.
That's a serious thing. It's like, when that's why older people, when you're younger, they try to tell you how to take care of your body, and you're like, I'm young, like I'm gonna be good, like I ain't gonna be fat like you, like okay, bitch.
I knew I was. I was like, I was eating what they was eating. We gonna be fat together.
I'm trying to warn you what's going on here. So sorry, guys, but I want to make sure I put these notes in the comments before we get started. Spiritually, I feel surrounded. Emotionally, I feel regulated. I feel cool. I mean, never mind. And
big lips.
Physically, I'm good. Like, I think it was just a little bit of some rocky roads in there because, I feel like the moon and the stars is aligning and it's opening up doors in different realms of life for me right now. So at the end of the day, it's like I really don't have any problem with any way that I'm feeling. I'm ready to embrace it, and so I can move past it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a good feeling, if it's a bad feeling. But I really feel like there's a lot of good emotions that's flowing more so. Like, there's some bad emotions, but there's a lot of good emotions that's flowing as well. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I would like to just focus more on the good than not the bad,
Okay.
Of anything, because the bad is always momentarily anyway. Like, ooh, what's wrong with you? Like, girl, I got an attitude because of this or whatever. But it's the mindfulness of, like, I have an attitude. This is why I have an attitude. How am I going to fix it? And then you move on.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, we're not going to just be having an attitude all day or whatever the situation. So I just feel like,
Yeah. That's growth.
But I don't think I'll be having like a lot of attitudes lately. Right now there's a lot of things that is what it is.
There's a lot of things to have attitude with, traffic, a bunch of things. This ain't.
Yeah. Well, the reality has been reality. We know that. We done talked about that like several times throughout the last couple of weeks of the show or whatever. You know what I mean? And it was rough. It was a rough patch. You know what I'm saying? Like, realizing like what we're going through in real life, shit that's been happening. And I think that like leads us right into the conversation, because reality is exactly what the fuck it is, and that's the hard part. And it's almost like, what do we do? How can we fix it? How can we help it? And how the fuck can we do it now? Like, it's too much to even just keep allowing it to just keep happening and keep happening.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and offer you guys a trigger warning, right? Some topics that we talk about could be very triggering for you, but we're going to have these conversations because they're necessary. And today's conversation is one that's possibly one that we definitely need to have with an open heart, open mind, you know what I'm saying? Some have experienced it, witnessed it, been a part of it. And some have zero understanding of the conversation that we're having. But there is an adversary effect that has ripped through many homes and relationships and humans. And domestic violence is a real thing. And that's what we are discussing today. Right? Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all want to say hi to everybody in the comments?
I have a little red flag in here.
I forgot the red flags.
I
said, don't let me forget the red flag.
I was like,
and
I got it in my car.
Flag.
I was like, should I bring it up here?
We'll just, I guess, wave it. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I really love that part. Like,
we could talk about that. We could talk about that a little bit. Last week, I was a guest speaker for a Step Ups Empowerment event hosted
for the little girls
by Whitney Rec Center. It was actually really nice. And when I was like, ooh, they wanted me to do domestic violence, I was like at what level? Like, how old are they? Like, where do you want me to stay? What do you want me to do?
You did it perfectly.
How do you want me to go about it? And in reality, once we was all said and done, like, them kids had something to talk about. Actually, one of them texted me today. Because like I be telling everybody, like, their children go through more, witness more, see more, and feel more than you give them credit for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it was dope. It was dope, though. I didn't get to hear everybody else's piece. But
I was over there like a little, it was for the kids, but I felt like I needed to hear it too. I was in there for a reason. Right? And even though my daughter was right next to me, I was like, dang, I wish I was like at this age getting the same information, because it would have helped me in my future me. You know? And that's why I was like, this is so dope. And like I said, how you presented it to the children.
How did I present
Girl, this is my daughter. She's so funny. She like, hey, Ma, I'm going to use this red flag for catfish. Because, these kids, they be watching that all the time. And that's how they kind of see, like...
Oh, the show catfish.
The show catfish. She be like, red flag right there. Lie number 1, okay? Lie number 2, okay? And for them to watch reality TV, even though it's not reality, that's what they think it is. Because unless they're living in it, seeing it, then that's kind of like, oh, you can already tell. Like, my daughter told something to my sister, dude, like, hurt my auntie, come see me. I'm like, wait a minute, what'd you say?
She said, no, that's what you're not going to do.
I was like, because these kids see it, and they be like, you're not going to hurt somebody that I love.
Yeah.
So they definitely have voices. And that's why it's good to know, even how she broke it down about controlling. Like, well, do you feel like it's okay for somebody to go through your phone? One girl, she's only 12, like, well, maybe. Did she give him some, a reason to? She like, nah, it shouldn't even be that.
She was already justifying the behavior. Like, no,
and
but they was
shut it down, girl. You shut it down. I was like, yes, tell these kids.
But even my niece and my daughter, they were like, it's gonna be boring. Literally, after we left and once we pulled up, they was like, Titi, Titi and Mama, that was so fun. Like, I'm so glad you took us. And they had a good time. So it was good.
I love that. I love they got something out of it, and they get to see me in a different light. So when they walked up, I was like, "How are you guys doing? My name is Ms. Love Doctor. What's your name?" Looking at me like,
"You girl, you Titi."
I know. Yeah. I get to talk to Ms. Love.
What is your name?
I get to talk to Ms. Love Doctor.
They most definitely did. So, real quick, we will do the definition of domestic violence, and then we're going to get into the topic, because we have to know exactly what it is to know what we're talking about. Miss Triple said you did an amazing job, Ms. Love Doctor, because she was at the event too. That was powerful. It was very powerful what happened with her at the event. That just lets me know sometimes, like, you feel like, we know that sometimes you can always question what you're doing if you're doing the right thing. But then when you get those type of reactions, you're like, okay, I'm treading in the right waters at least.
Girl, you swimming all the way in the fishes in the sea. You in the deep end.
Looking for Nemo.
Thank you. Finding Nemo.
Nemo.
You in the little whirlwind when they was going into the next spot, girl. Baby, you all in it. With the turtles. And they was
the California Valley.
Righteous.
Yes. It's going to come to me what they said, because it was the California Something.
It's like the tide. No, it's a tide pool or something that pulls them in, and they.
Perry, what's the deal? We got Paris in the building, y'all.
Wow.
Hello, Ron.
Hey, cool kid.
The cool kids. Can we be a part of the crew or what? How do we get in? So, domestic. We broke the domestic and the violence up. So, domestic is relating to the running of a home or family relations, right?
Oh, okay.
And they give you the examples of domestic chores or domestic violence.
Okay.
Of an animal tamed or kept by a human. Domestic.
Okay. So domestic.
So the fact that you even use the word animal is crazy. All right. Violence is strength of emotion in unpleasant or destructive nature or force. Natural force. Behavioral involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something. Y'all want me to stop there or keep going?
Girl.
All right. Domestic violence together is violent or aggressive behavior within the home, typically involving the violence, abuse of a spouse and or partner. And I'm going to add in stalking due to the fact that January is National Stalking Awareness Month.
Wow.
Stalking is without consent, unwanted surveillance. Creep was in there. Following, tracking down. And the crazy part is dog was a part of the definition. I'm just saying that that's a little thing. I'm wondering.
And everything is animalistic, or it has animals tied to.
Because animals are kept in captivity. Remember we went to the zoo? I did not have a good time. The zoo used to be such a great time. But now I'm looking at these animals. I'm looking at this giraffe who got these long legs that's supposed to run in this 4-way box. They just that's not natural. That's slavery. They're enslaved. They got this big old elephant in this little space. You know, where's the cheetah supposed to run? Cheetah's supposed to run, get their exercise. It was just, I didn't like it.
Now you're thinking like, I can't even support the zoo. No,
I just can't do it. When we were in Curacao, we went to an ostrich farm, and I was like, so where you get these ostriches from? Who did you steal? Did you go steal these? Like, where did you get them from? And they're in probably a box like the size of this room. I'm like, they run up to 65 miles an hour. Where are they running to?
I love how she just be knowing random stuff.
That was irritating.
She be like, they run 60. Who knows? They run 65 miles.
So it's animalistic abuse, but it's being done to humans.
Yeah.
You know? And of course there's levels to this shit. We have physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional and psychological abuse, financial abuse, technological abuse, and harassment and or stalking.
Technological abuse.
Yeah, I be saying words wrong a lot, or having a hard time saying them when I'm on here because I've been watching our show, and I've been cracking up like, bro, I need to do like a blooper of all the words, all the words
There's nothing wrong.
that I said. He said last time I went to the safari zoo, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, these animals are locked in here. They cut their wings and the feet so they can't fly or run. That's
They cut
abuse.
their feet? Oh, heck no. And their wings. See, I ain't been to a zoo since my kids was little. That's kind of messed up.
The circus,
Wow.
like I don't know. I don't see it
Wow.
the same way that I seen it when I was younger, for sure. I mean, I know that I want to see these exotic animals and it's beautiful, but I don't think the way we get to see them is
like,
natural.
Yeah, I used to think like, oh my God, they get to work with animals and they get to,
Right. So we're going to have a few minutes of transparencies, right? Especially the SeaWorld. Yes. A big old whale, like, he supposed to float across the country. Like, not in this damn aquarium. Oh, it's like 100,000 pounds of water. Okay, how much is the ocean? Can you weigh that?
Exactly.
Can you weigh that?
He's supposed to be everywhere.
So this moment of transparency, before we even get into it, the fact that we have to have a moment of transparency is the issue for me. And to speak out about something like this can be considered healing. And the fact that we have to have this conversation. I'm going to say to anybody who feels that they have a domestic nature, right, or a violent nature, or you can't control your emotions enough, or you can't control your impulses enough, you need to seek therapy. You need to find whatever the issue is that is bothering you. You need to understand what's going on psychologically with you. So if you're watching, you need to understand you need to get help for yourself, period.
Yep.
So if there is any form of domestic violence, and that's pushing, shoving, anything, mentally, physically, emotionally, doesn't have to be just physically, we're all going to have a moment of transparency. If you don't have one, great, but if you have a story to tell, now is our time to shine. So, Ms. Bowman, you are our guest. Let's talk about it. Do you have an experience that you would like to discuss?
Yes, I do. Excuse me. Yes, I do. First, I want to say I've never been the one to be in domestic violence situations. I've always known people that have been in domestic violence. So, one, I originally thought domestic violence was just like physical abuse. I was wrong. I was in a domestic dispute November 30th to someone that I thought wouldn't do that to me. I thought I'm cash. I know how to hold my own. I'm not going to get into any of that, you know. But boy, was I wrong. And the domestic dispute literally came from me just saying, I don't want to be with you. This isn't going to work. You work on you, and I'm going to work on me. So it turned into 3 black eyes. I mean, 2 black eyes. I only have 2 eyes. 2 black eyes, but 3 knots on one eye. Yeah. And it just rolled on. It's a continuance. Even today, being, what's today's date?
January 25th.
Being January 25th, I'm still having an issue. This happened November 30th. So you would think that person would just leave me alone, go on about their business, you know. But not only am I having issues with them, I'm having issues with the courts. I'm having issues with the restraining order. I'm having issue with, you know, the support that I need. I'm having issues. It's completely mental. Like, to this day, I literally got a text message today that said, I see that you're going on the podcast. Do not mention my name. That makes me feel like you still think you're in control. But you're not. That makes me feel like you're still watching me. Abuse comes from, like, obsession. You know? Like, like
abandonment issues.
Yeah. Like, and it probably has nothing deeper than that. It probably has nothing to do with me. Probably has everything to do with the way he was raised.
It don't have
or the
nothing
way,
to do with
you know, something else. Like, like, I didn't, like, again, I feel like I'm cash. I can protect myself. So being scared has never been an issue for me. Like, and I'm literally now watching everywhere I go. Is that a white car? Is that that's the doorbell? Look out the peephole. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what you would do. I felt like my life, like you could have taken my life, literally, because I didn't want to be with you no more. That's crazy to me. Someone who I've known for 6 months could have took me from all 4 of my babies. But it was red flags in the beginning that I should have looked at. But because, again, I'm cash, I overlooked those. I felt like I'm cash, like, you know, it ain't gonna happen to me. I know how to, you know what I'm saying, protect myself. I was literally against the wall or against the car. Like, so, I don't know. Yeah. It happened to me. For sure, I have a story.
I understand. I have a story. I mean, it's older, but and I didn't justify it, but I understood it on a level because we have been together like 4 years, and he was just the sweetest person in the world. Like you said, like I never would have seen that coming. However, he started hanging with a new group of friends, and these friends beat up their wives and cheat on their wives, and when their wives would catch them, they would beat them up instead. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like picking up on his little behaviors that he was dropping. I'm like, oh, you changing? You starting to act like them? He like, oh, you, them my bros. I was like, that was flag number one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bucking up on me when I been here with you. I've been your woman for 4 years. Now you hanging with these new guys. You just start hanging with them, and now you bucking up at me. But what it was all of them probably done subconsciously. They felt like anybody that they was fucking with or they homeboys was fucking with, they could fuck on their girls and blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't going. You know what I'm saying? So the first time one of them tried it with me, I tested the waters to see, like, should I tell him, or is he going to flip this thing around on me? Because they going to tell him that I'm lying and he going to, I don't know. So I tested the waters and he failed horribly. So I was like, I'm not going to tell him what this one said or what that one said. Like, I know I blocked it. It is what it is. So one of them, fast forward, that I didn't know at first, but we found out later on, I guess subconsciously called himself being in love with me, right? Ooh. So he made up a whole story. I still to this day don't know exactly what that story was, but he made up a whole story, told it to him. They got him loaded off of Hennessy, and he comes home like, you might as well just let the cat out the bag. I'm like, there's a cat and there's a bag? We don't even have a cat. Like, what are you talking about? But he's so loaded, like, I swear to God, like, he had a glaze. Like, he wasn't seeing me. He wasn't seeing me. He wasn't seeing the love of his life. You know, they was calling us Bonnie and Clyde, and you know what I'm saying, the prince and the princess of the hood. Like, he wasn't seeing that princess at all. Like, I can tell, like, this shit is about to go bad. You know what I mean? And it was crazy because my nephew and my brother was there. My nephew was like all over me. Like all over me, like holding my leg. I'm trying to cook. Like he must have felt something. Like if he would have been in the bed with me, then this may have not happened. Who knows, you know? But I just took him out the bed before he came in. And then my brother took him home. So now you got full access to just me. You know what I'm saying? So it was a domestic situation, and of course you feel like you want to fight back. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like toe to toe, hand pound for pound, we could have went there, but my mentality said, let me fake like he really hurting me so he will stop, because he loved me, right? Like, ow. You know, I was like, but that was fuel to his fire. He thinking like, oh bitch, you really did it, huh? Like, you know, like in his mind, I mean, I'm only going to assume that I fucked somebody, but like, what else would have you that, you know, further going? But fast forward a couple years, you know what I'm saying? It all came out. And now he looking stupid because now you lost your girl, and your boy really just came out with the fact that he lied and that he was in love with me. You know what I'm saying? Said it in front of his cousin and everything. Like, I loved her so much that I was willing to do whatever to be with her. I was like, but why would you need to lie? If you love me, you should have came with that. You should have led with that. But, you know, like, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, things happen. And the fact that a man has the physical strength doesn't mean they're supposed to use it. It's like, you want women to be soft. You want women to be, you know, vulnerable. You want these things from us. And then when we allow it and we lay that guard down, you take advantage of that because you're physically stronger. That lets me know that you're mentally weaker. You're really a bitch, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the muscle, you have the strength. Does that mean you need to use it?
Like I always said, this is prior to meeting him. I always said, like, I want to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? Not abused, but I want to be submissive or whatever the case may be. Because I'm such an alpha. I'm always, you know what I'm saying? Like in control. I'm always, you know, all those things. Fuck that. Alpha me. I'm me. I can't control who I am. And not that I was being submissive to him, but it's it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like when he said he didn't like, you know, like, he don't like, I don't know, whatever. You know, I'm like,
Everything.
okay, trying to, everything.
He didn't like nothing.
I'm trying to understand his point of view because, again, I'm used to being in control. And this was a guy who, you know what I'm saying, like, came through the door, like, trying to be the guy I want. Yeah, literally, day one. I want to be your man. What is it that you need? Here's gifts. Here's dates. Here's, you know what I'm saying, everything. Massage you. I'm putting you first. Put me first. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So I'm like, let me take a step back and try to put it in his role. But at the end of the day, I still got 2 black eyes. Like, nothing, literally.
For no reason.
Someone who's jealous of the way I am with my friends. You're jealous of the way I am with my kids.
Yeah.
You can't be jealous of who this is who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
embrace me.
Like, embrace
Pour
me.
into me so we can grow together. And that's where we missed the whole ball. And the crazy part is that the effects of domestic violence and the red flags, like, it creates a long term of PTSD. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with my ex, I deliberately did. I was strategic at first. I stayed with him on purpose for like a month. Because me and my brother, you already know, me and my brother had an in-depth conversation, and you already know it got dealt with and handled. However, in the beginning, my brother listened to me and understood why I was moving the way I was moving, because I wanted to make sure that everybody's seeing what they needed to see. And, like, if he would go to, like, fix my hair, I would flinch. It fucked him up, because that's not even who he was. He was not a violent person. So now you got those residual effects, because now I don't want you to touch me. I don't know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And that carries on. And then we have things like denial, like, I can't believe this happened to me. Anxiety, fear, isolation. You isolate yourself from people because you don't know. Guilt, shame. You feel powerless.
Definitely, that's for sure. Like, I'm a person who always, you know, I'm in my own lane. I kind of feel like, you know, I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm going to show up for everybody. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? And it, like I said, it's mental. Like, I'm like, you can see my eye. No, Like, to be honest, I can thank him for pushing me to wear my glasses a little more. I needed to wear them. Now I wear them because I feel like it covers my eye up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
ain't no thinking. Ain't no motherfucking thinking on here.
Like, it's like, but it's like, I don't know. It's definitely a mental thing. Like, I'm like, this is gonna show too much of, you know what I'm saying?
And then
like,
this motherfucker around they just be la 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 la
la la la la la la la.
Okay, I have a theory. I have a big time.
And it not only affects, you know what I'm saying? Like, it not only affects the person that the person you abuse, but it affects everybody. Like, my kids is fucked up. My kids ain't never been around no shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, my 17-year-old son was ready to go there with him. Still, to this day, ready to go there.
Because that's
like,
my mom.
Exactly.
Like, nigga, you got us fucked up.
The audacity.
Man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you was in a good relationship. You was being treated well, dummy. And I mean that shit. Well,
man.
Like, everybody's like, oh my God, y'all so happy. I remember my hairstylist was like, I went to go get my hair done, and she was like, my friend, somebody who's not even my friend, was like, I seen Cash and her boyfriend. I like how he shots her out on Facebook, and you know, like, I'm trying to get my boyfriend, show me off. I'm trying to get my boyfriend, who I've been with X amount of years, to just show me off, and he won't even do it. You know what I'm saying? But to him, I feel like, now I'm thinking back, I feel like that was part of him. He felt like he owned me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like, this me.
You probably ain't never even had no girl as fly as me. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I'm gonna match you. I'm gonna not match you. I'm gonna make you look good.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying? Only for you to abuse it. Like a motherfucker, like a motherfucker be so mad, like at who I can only be me. Like, I moved, and my friends is always there for me. Always there for me. I moved sporadically. He like, you see, ain't nobody here for you but me.
Yeah, I need to make you think that.
Oh, you trying to fuck with me in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So he started dropping little gems or
Started. He
was doing it from go.
He was doing it from go.
And again, because people will only assume and see, like, my friend is happy, they going to church together, they look like, you know, like, and again, I'm when you know me, I'm over here about to cry over the two damn stories that y'all just said. I'm over here like
the whole church was happy. Even I remember the one of the mothers of the church. She was like, "You got you a good man. He come to church with you. I couldn't get near. I had 3 husbands. I couldn't get near. One of my 3 husbands come, but he went to church with me to make sure I wasn't by myself. Mm-hmm. He didn't go to church with me to praise God like I was going to church. He was going to church with me to make sure I wasn't by myself.
Wow.
Literally, my niece had a cheer. This is how I know. My niece had a cheer competition. I'm talking to my best friend like, I'm gonna come to the. She was like, "Well, you want to ask your man if you want to go? Why would he want to come to a dance competition out of town? Like, we're gonna be at the competition the whole time."
Yeah.
She was like, "Just ask." Okay, I'm gonna ask. Sure enough, that nigga said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go." Why? Why do you want to? Why do you want to go to my niece cheer competition? You're gonna be at the gym the whole time.
Yeah.
Your daughter's not performing. My daughter's not performing. This is literally my niece. Why do you want to be there? But you want to be there so you could be up underneath my ass the whole time. I went out of town for work. You got mad that I was out of town for work.
We were supposed to have the red flags. We were supposed to be waving.
Yeah, like waving them like. Dang.
I got probably like 80 more red flags that we can use.
Like, that's crazy to me. So I don't know. It's definitely an eye opener. Mm-hmm. And it's fucked up because, again, it messes with your mental. It makes me feel like I don't even want to date. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think that's the point. That is the point. Yeah, that means it's all about fear. It's all about control. So if I have your control, if I have you paranoid, it's all about control. So you got to relinquish that shit.
Yeah.
He gets no more motherfucking control. You get to date. You get to do what you want.
Because that's always
the most
been
beautiful
you,
thing
right?
to me is, and I know we being authentic, was your son. She told her kids, like, I'm sorry. Is this okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
She told her, she had a real conversation with her kids. Like, I am sorry that I put y'all in this position. I'm sorry that I dated somebody that I thought I brought him in here. She took full accountability. And she was like, I'm not going to date. I'm going to work on myself. So her other kids was like, Mom, that's fine. That's good. Work on yourself. Her oldest son said, Mama, don't not date. Mm-hmm. He said, "Do you?" Mm-hmm. He was like, "You just picked some." He was like, "You love somebody who didn't love you back." I was like, "Lord, this baby he did a great job."
The oldest ones, they've seen us the most. You understand? They know his
mother, and he was like, "I don't want you to limit yourself." He was like, "Mama, you deserve love."
She do,
and he meant that, and I felt that, and I think that is bond. So the next motherfucker that you do let in, you just gonna be more selective. The next motherfucker you let in, you gonna make sure they loving you how you really deserve to be loved.
Exactly.
And any red flag, I don't give a fuck if it's a pink flag.
Bring it.
Too close to red.
Too close to red. Beat it. So now let's talk about support real quick, because I think that's important. And the only reason why we brought that up, because support, sometimes there's lack thereof. You feel me? And you did bring up the courts, the restraining orders, and I know when we got to the scene, which this motherfucker was riding all around, the police straight up said, the first one, I had a little conversation with him. He said, how did he say it? He said, well, we don't know if you going to really go through with this, so we don't want to really be apprehended. I said, I'm sorry, what's your P number? Now we need to talk business, because you are ahead of this. So now, therefore, you need to do what is called your job, that you're probably getting paid $100,000 to do. Apprehend this motherfucker. He put his hands on me, which he shouldn't have. Nobody deserves to get hit. Nobody deserves to get anything that happens to them. You should be able to tell me how you feel about me without ever crossing my boundary line. My personal space is my bubble. You stay over there, I stay over here. But you're mad because I want to break up with you. You should have did what you needed to do to keep me. But you didn't know how to do that, because you've been doing it this way for so long that at the end of the day, and the police is seeing it for so long, they see him come back, go and fight and do this, because people think that toxicity is love, and it's not.
It's not.
It's not love. And I've seen it time and time again where they'll be like, girl, you know, he hit me or he put my hair like he's so crazy. Like, no, baby. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Or we be fighting. What is we be? We be fighting. We be?
No.
Yeah, no. Like that was something that I wanted to make sure I brought up too, because probably a high percentage of women actually go back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do know.
But that low percent of women, like you, not even how you protect them, like literally on the scene, literally right there, the first thing the officer said to me, well, I mean, if you ain't gonna go to court, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm sitting here talking to you like this. Like, my eyes are closed shut. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that it's okay?
Do your job.
Why do you think that's okay to put that on me? I ain't never been through a domestic violence. Mm-hmm. And if my daddy was still alive, I wouldn't have, you wouldn't have been called. My daddy would have handled it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't call them anyway. They was right there.
That is true.
But as far as like moving forward, like I think there's things that we have to do, and for some, like we're saying that the leaving is the hard part. So I think the first thing to do is acknowledge that you are being abused. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Acknowledge that shit, and of course build a non-judgmental support system.
Yeah.
And it could have happened, like the red flags, I don't mean to bounce back and forth, I'm sorry, but I just think back from when I went out of town for work, and Miss Love Doctor and my mom were having a conversation with me, and I was like, and they were saying like, you know, like that ain't right for him to be saying these type of things, you know? And I was like, and my mom was like, you think you gonna be, or she was like, you need to just leave him alone, you know, whatever. And I was like, y'all think that I'm, literally, this is what I'm saying. Y'all think I'm finna be with somebody who finna, you know, who talk bad to me or do this? Like, I know. I'm in control at the end of the day. This is how I'm talking to them. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all don't gotta have a prep talk with me about being with somebody.
I forgot all about that conversation.
Like, literally, I'm telling them, y'all don't gotta have a pep talk with me about how to walk away. I know how to walk away. At the end of the day, I'm in control. But I want to say that was early October. I got hit November 30th.
It was many red flags.
I should have been walked away. But again, I thought it was me. I thought I was untouchable. Literally, when the nigga bucked up at me, I said, oh, you want to go toe to toe? We can go toe to toe, because I think I'm big and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. Yeah, okay.
I mean, come on now. We ain't gonna do that. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we shouldn't have to go toe to toe with no man. Mm-hmm. But secondly, we gonna also make sure we be sure on the fact that motherfuckers did it on some sucker shit and tried to do like some sucker punch shit because you weren't in a vulnerable position and you took advantage of a shot that you shouldn't have took. That's just like if you take off on a man and you wait till they turn their head, then of course you sucker punch them. Mm-hmm. So you don't think it's the same thing when you do it to a woman? You sucker punch. He sucker punched you.
For sure.
We just gonna keep it 100. Sure. Like it wasn't like he squared up with you.
For sure.
It wasn't like he was like, I'm about to hit. No, you waited until I was in a vulnerable position to be able to take a shot that you knew that you could take, and that was definitely what I'm gonna call a bitch move. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if you
even feel like these guys really like, I don't know, because the same thing. How could you do that for another? Like, you ain't gonna do that to another nigga. You did not do that to another nigga.
I'll tell you one thing.
We seen it.
So that's what I'm saying.
When that shit did hit the fan and my brother and them came over there, he like opened the door. I was like, no, you take that ass whooping like you gave it to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not buzzing you in. I'm letting your ass sit out there and you gonna get that. Because I feel like if you could give an ass whooping, you damn sure better be able to take one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You taking advantage, like, I just feel like just like these animals and shit, you taking advantage of somebody who should be softer than you. I thought the man's job was to protect, not to be the predator. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So speaking out does help. It helps other people who are dealing with this silently. And if you are a victim, I definitely drop some gems inside of the comments. Some resources, some phone numbers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So how can we create change? How can we fight back as a society, as women, as men who are against it as well? Sisterhoods. I mean, first things first, we can empower each other. We have to empower each other. If we pour more into each other, the stronger you may be. You know what I mean? And just like you said, I appreciate your vulnerability, or your not vulnerability, your accountability of saying, like, you definitely gave us the pushback, like, but we would be wrong if we weren't to say anything. You know what I mean? And most times you're not saying it to be like, well, I told you so. No, I'm telling you, because if I don't say nothing now and then it does happen, I'll be like, well, I was thinking it.
And that's exactly what happened, because remember, somebody did tell me, like, oh, he was in a situation before. This was maybe 2 weeks into us talking, 3 weeks into us talking. I'm like, he was in a situation before. Tell me more. Yeah. So she tells me more. I immediately have a conversation with him. Well, what's going on with you and so-and-so? What's your issue with you? What happened? Tell me, He break it down. I feel like now it was a whole lie to what happened. And then not only did that, but moving forward, like, because again, my friends, I feel like my friends is family. So then we get into it months later, because he like, well, I don't deal with so-and-so. Why don't you deal with so-and-so? You got a personal issue with so-and-so because of some Facebook drama that you saying that's not true. But you really did deal with so-and-so because she was telling me the truth. Yeah. And I should have listened to when she told me that. Yeah. I should have listened. Like, oh, this nigga really is an abuser. Yeah. So immediately when it happened, the next day I text her, like, this what happened. She, like, I'm sorry. Like, I tried to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And all I could do is, like, you definitely tried to tell me. I should have listened.
And thank you.
I appreciate you for sure.
Yeah. I definitely do think that we do have to ask the person, like, how to be supportive. I think moving forward, like I said, the abusers need to get some help. Like, that's a real thing. Like, if you know that you can't control yourself like that, then you need to figure out what's going on with you, because I'm pretty sure that there's an issue that's rooted deep down, even if it's you seen it, you've been a part of it. You got mommy issues, daddy issues, whatever, because women abuse men too, women abuse women, and we're not making it seem like it's a man.
It's just a man thing.
No, and abuse, abuse comes to children too. But we definitely needed to not be stigmatized, just like the police did that night. That was dead wrong. He was wrong for that. He was. And in reality, it's holding people accountable. Do your fucking jobs. Yeah. You got a job to protect and serve, but you're the protector and server of the people who's supposed to protect and provide. But all along, you guys are all the same fucking predators. That's fucking deep. And I'm trying to learn how to stop cussing, but this is some bullshit we talking about today. And I think talking to our local officials, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us are not involved in, like, political things like that, but I think talking to them, learning our laws, learning these NRS codes, knowing what is the law, what's not the law, what's applied and what's not.
Because they would treat you like shit.
Yeah, and we shouldn't shame the people.
You walk in there knowing your shit, they might not treat you the same way, And you got to vote. We have to vote for people who support humanity. The things that's going to build us as a people, not just keep allowing the same shit to go on. So, of course, I went and looked, because we running out of time, is what were some different laws and stuff that are put into place. So there is something called VAWA. And I remember the VAWA too, and it's the Violence Against Women's Act. It's a federal law in the United States that provides housing protection for people who have been experiencing domestic violence, dating violence, or sexual assault or stalking, to help keep them safe and reduce their likelihood of experiencing homelessness. The law was initiated and signed into effect September 1994 by U.S. President Clinton. The law has been reauthorized several times since then, with the most recent reauthorization in 2022. So it's still in effect. And then we have the Women's Rescue Plan Act of 2021, which I'm pretty sure there's so many things that's put into place that's to help us that nobody knows about, right? Because for me to be looking up this stuff and I find this Women's Rescue Plan Act, it provides additional funding for domestic and sexual violence services. The Act provides additional $180 million for domestic violence and $198 million for sexual violence, in services such as shelter, counseling, supportive services through already existing family violence prevention services, which is the FVPSA fund. Where y'all at? So we need to find them, because clearly they got some counseling they can give you, some sheltering they can give you. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Family Violence Prevention Service Act, program, they was appropriated $200 million to administer to domestic violence programs, tribes, and resource centers and hotlines. There's $198 million to administer grants to the support of sexual assault survivors, and $49.5 million for administers to culturally specify domestic violence and sexual assault. But I definitely hope that this information would resonate with somebody else, and you guys can do what you need to do with it. If you are in need of some support and things like that, there is resources and there is support out there for you. And I mean, if we need to form our own sister circle, we can definitely do that. And that goes for, like I said, anybody who has experienced any type of abuse, because that shit is trash. Before we get out of here, let's go ahead and give a little love to our sponsors, because we've been tapping into our sponsors. We have a good conversation lately. Keys Royalty House of Love is the key to repairing, restoring, rebuilding self-love. And self-love is the key to open many doors. Once you have self-love, it make things more accessible to yourself in your life. Restoration Love Coaching is restoring love of self, prescribing healing and repairing healthy hearts. Essential Relationship Coaching is reestablishing all these fucking R's. I did that on purpose. Reestablishing, restoring, repairing, and rebuilding of the foundation of love. We always stand on beat with hair and makeup with the one and only Beauty on the Beat. Yeah. And Keys Do Love Mommy's nonprofit organization. This is personalized postnatal care for mothers and families, building a foundation of supporting and providing a village. Because cultivating a village is providing healthy parents so they can have healthy children.
I just wanted to put in, it's 2024, guys. Hot listeners, we are looking to scale your business. We are wanting to be your, is it that correctly saying, like, if you need sponsors, if you want a time slot on our show, if you guys want to promote your show, not your show, your business, we are about to be on air for 2 years. And this is January, so I just want to put it out there to say, like, hey, we want to get people in your business. We want people to thrive. We want people to excel in whatever they're trying to do. So please hit us up, Hot 702.5. Our social media pages, let us know, because we would love to make a commercial or do a segment for you, because we in here, we all started somewhere.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all very much. We hope y'all come next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. right here on Hot 702.5. We'll talk to y'all soon.